Hey everyone, this is a great tag that was created by Hello Kathy. I'll link her video down below, and it's 6 questions all about minimalism. So let's jump right in. The first question is, what drew you to minimalism? So for me, I think it started off a little bit different than a lot of other people. I came from an environmental, sustainable kind of perspective, and it started with clothing. As I learned more about the fashion industry and a lot of the horrible things and issues that go on, I had a desire to buy less clothing. And from that, I learned more about the slow movement and slow fashion and the idea of owning things that have value and that you really love and enjoy using instead of just stuff. So that kind of thinking also spread into other areas of my life and home, and I just started buying less stuff in general and reading more about minimalism and simplifying. And I really realized that having a ton of stuff didn't make me happy, and I wanted to get rid of the things that weren't benefiting my life in any way to make room for the things that do make me happy and that I really enjoy. So question number 2 is, how did you start the decluttering process? And I started pretty slowly, just getting rid of things that I wasn't using, and got really serious about decluttering when we decided to move from Canada to Germany. And that was a huge motivation because we decided we were only going to bring 2 pieces of luggage each, and that we only wanted to store the stuff that we were certain that we wanted to keep, in the future. Getting rid of things was really difficult, but it also felt really good. I used this quote from William Morris, which is, "Have nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful," as kind of my mantra as I was getting rid of things. And I found the hardest things to get rid of were sentimental items, expensive things, and things that I had plans to use but maybe hadn't gotten around to yet. One time it really clicked for me though was when we had dropped off a huge box of stuff at the donation center, and then later in the day we couldn't even remember half of the stuff that we'd gotten rid of, and that really showed me how little that stuff meant to us. I also found that once you start decluttering and it feels really good to get rid of your stuff, it definitely motivates you to keep going and keep getting rid of things. So question number 3 is, have you ever counted all your things? So I have not counted all my things. The only counting I've done is for my 33-piece capsule wardrobe, and I actually don't like the idea of counting all my things. I know for some people it works really well and they use it as kind of a measuring tool, and that's really great. But for me it felt a little bit restrictive and almost competitive in a way. And I think minimalism is more about the idea of having only things that work really well and enhance your life, and getting rid of the stuff that doesn't, instead of having as little as possible. So the next question is, what are your tips for dealing with a desire for more? Well, over time, I actually found that I had less of a desire for more things, and I also found that I became a lot more critical of the things I was buying. Some things that helped me though were replacing shopping with other activities, because I used to shop just for fun. Another thing that I find still helps me is keeping a wish list. And so those are items that I want to purchase, but they're items that I've thought about, figured out how it's going to fit into my wardrobe. So for example, right now on my wish list are a pair of dressier pants in probably gray or black, because I own a lot of jeans, and also a cardigan. And that way when I go shopping, I can shop just specifically for those pieces instead of looking around the whole store. So question number 5 is, how do you deal with non-minimalists in your life? I mean, everybody's entitled to live their life their own way. I guess all I really do is share my experiences and I guess the positive things that I've learned from minimalism. And if people do want tips or help, I'd love to help them. I guess where this does become an issue is maybe with gift giving. And luckily my family is not really big into gifts, and they tend to give pretty practical things or consumables. So that's really great. I think one of the best things is to just tell people that you don't want stuff. And when it comes to gifts, I think a lot of people find sharing time a lot more meaningful than sharing gifts. So you can also lead by example and give your friends and family experiences, like taking them out to dinner or to an activity that they really enjoy, and you guys will both have really great memories from that instead of having more stuff. And the last question is, do you have any guilty pleasures where minimalism doesn't apply? I guess this happens with fabric, yarn, and art supplies. And I think it happens because I'm really bad at talking myself out of it when I have all of these ideas of what I want to make with whatever it is. and I usually just end up having too many projects on the go. So it's not such a good thing, but it's something I'm still working on. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on minimalism, and also if you're interested in seeing more Q&A style videos, I'll list below the people that I'm tagging. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.